Code SDK TypeScript. We're going to be building our own custom AI agents and using Cloud Code's SDK. We're going to use the TypeScript SDK. We're basically going to use JavaScript and Node.js. This is like a continuation from earlier this week. We were using Claude's sub-agents yesterday to build ourselves sort of a long-running multi-set of agents that did a bunch of tasks for us. Now, we could do that in different ways. They have multiple ways that you can design this. You can design this in multiple ways, including using Python. There's a Python option. I kind of wanted to do Python, but you know what? I figured, why not do Node? Let's do Node today, and we'll do TypeScript or JavaScript in this case. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a JavaScript file that uses the Cloud Code SDK. We're going to define a set of roles or sub-agents that will have specific capabilities and objectives, and then we'll iterate through them. And each of them will get a turn to iterate on a project. Hey, Ashford, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. We're continuing from yesterday. And today we're going to, instead of using like a command line, the standard interface through the Cloud Code CLI with the -p flag, we're going to be doing it with TypeScript today instead. And the cool part is that it's already predefined for us. So we should pretty easily be able to get things set up. So I already have a terminal window open here, and a terminal window, including Cloud Code. So this is what here's the first step. So we're going to do a couple of things. We have a plan today. So the first thing is we're going to kind of walk through the Cloud Code TypeScript SDK documentation, which is pretty light. It's pretty light. We're just going to walk through it really quick. Then we're going to use Claude itself to read the page. We're not going to write the code ourselves. Like, why would we? We might as well do all AI on. We'll use Claude, read the documentation, and then it will fulfill our objective. And the result will have one script that we can use that's a multi-agent script that we can, it takes in a prompt, and it'll fulfill our desire, basically, or fulfill our goal. So the prompt is a goal. Great. I think I'm used to that. Excellent. Ashford, excellent. I'm excited. So we'll just get started here. Just make things really simple. This is the Cloud Code SDK TypeScript version. They have Python, and they have the standard CLI. So what you can do with this, hey Pangy, hey, how's it going, Pangy? Good to see you. Hi, thank you. We're gonna build ourselves a custom multi-agent script, and this is educational. This will be educational. So this is for fun. We're going to be first though. We're going to read the docs. We're going to read the documentation first. So build custom AI agents with the Cloud Code TypeScript SDK. That's what we got. So we need Node version 18 or higher, and we need to install. So let's copy this really quick so that way we can get this installed. I'm going to put this in our terminal window here. Make sure that we're good to go. And there we go. Install, and off to the races with that. And here we go. We don't need to view. Here we go. The primary interface for the TypeScript SDK is the query function. And you know what? I'm pretty sure there's no other interface. There might be others, but I did do a little bit of reading ahead, and basically you're importing one function, and it's this query function, and it's literally submitting a prompt to Claude, and that's all it is. So let's zoom out here a little bit so we can see a little bit more of this code on the screen. Here we go. So here's a basic implementation. So for a result of messages that we get back from a query, so we're running Cloud Code's query. This is basically just Cloud Code, right? And then we give it a prompt, and you don't really need to know, we don't need to deal with the rest of this. All the rest of the stuff is optional. So they really should have just given us a minimal example. Here, this is what a minimal example. Let's see if okay, so we have to, because this is a -G, right? Let me typing. Let me type. Oop, we got to type in. We got to sudo this, right? We got to sudo this. There we go. So I have a very big password. Let's see. There it goes. There we go. Yep. Okay. All right. Typing very big password. There it goes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a editor. Let's get our editor open up here. And then we're gonna copy and paste this, and we're gonna just run it just to see what it looks like. This is educational, right? So this is the first time that we're doing this. So let's try out this code right here. Let's try it out right now. We're gonna try out this code. So let's set paste and then paste in the code. There we go. And we'll save this as test.js. All right. So let's see if that, yep. All right. So we installed the package installed. Excellent. Okay. So we are on the way. We are on the way here. We don't need any of these options. I mean, there are options. We also don't need the abort controller, obviously, because it's passing in without a reference, any abort controller. So you don't need that either. Okay. So really, let's just delete this code here. And let's open up another terminal beside that. And then we can run Node. Let me see, Node version. Let's see what Node version we're currently on. We have to be at a higher. Okay, so we're on 22. So let's see here. Let's make sure that we say set no paste. Perfect. So now we could just say Node and then our test. So this should just run this code that we see on the left here. It's a prompt that says analyze system performance. I don't know about that. I think we need a prompt that's going to give us a better response or something a little bit more interesting. So we know that it came back. Let's just say, we're testing this out. So let's say, hello, how are you? Perfect. Okay, let's try it. Instant error. Hold on. What is this? Internal package. Is this module not found? Cannot find package. We just installed it. What do you mean? What do you mean Okay, how about we install it locally instead of -g? We won't use -g. Let's just try to install it in the node modules directory. Here we go. Let's see if that works. And then we should be able to get that to import pretty easily because it's going to be local to our system. So it'll be local right there in our directory. While that's installing, let's see what else we got here. So we got a lot of options. We got a ton of configuration options. We need to know about these things. We don't care about the abort controller. I mean, it's good. So say if you wanted to do signal capturing and you can you press the, on your keyboard, you press Command C or Control C to cancel. You could capture that signal and then pass it to the abort controller and then it will stop. So you can program that in. You can also have other ways to stop it, other signals. Additional directories. Oh, interesting. Additional directories to include in the session. You can include more directories instead of just the current working directory. Interesting. Okay. So there's an allowed tools, which are going to be like read, write, edit, and modify, bash script, things like that. So a list of tools that Claude can use. And the default is everything. So everything's enabled at default. So we don't need to pass anything there. Append system prompt, text to append to the default system prompt. So there is a system prompt that I'm assuming is the default, I guess, Claude system prompt. And then we can add extra instructions into it. So that's kind of neat. I don't think we need to do that. We're just going to do a regular prompt right now. We'll do this. We'll do the append system prompt when we're creating different sub agents. So right now we're just testing the SDK directly. Okay. Did this not install again in our own local directory because it didn't sudo? Really? What I need to do is get my local environment just like in a good spot. That's what I need to do. Node, let's see here. Node test. Let's see if I can run that. So still modules not found. This is very simple. Let's double check here. Let's see what package is it. I mean, it clearly says at Anthropic Cloud Code is not being found. So that's clearly what's going on. Let's see here. npm install Claude. Let's see. We already installed it, right? So is it in the, do we see, I don't see any, there's nothing, it didn't actually install. Okay. npm install. That's what, it should totally install it. Why isn't it? We might need to say like npm init or something. Let's do that. So that way we have our project initialized and then it will add it. Is that what we need to do? Yeah. Yep. Everything's, yes. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's open up this and then we need to copy our package again, which is going to be this. Okay. And then we'll say dependencies. There we go. It already knew? Wait. No. We need, is it, I think this. Okay. What version is this? Let's go npm. Let's make sure we're on the latest version. So that's what we'll do. We want to make sure that we're on the latest version here. And we can grab that from the npm package. Here we go. So it is, see, we're already behind by 93 versions. So let's do that here. There we go. And I don't think we need TypeScript, but we'll have it there just for fun. So now I can say npm install, and it will install everything into my local present working directory. Excellent. I'm excited about this. Okay. This is the right one, right? Yeah, it is. Cloud Code is agentic. Yep. Okay. Oh wait. Let's double check. Is this, wait, hold on. Does it automatically? Wait. Install from npm. Yes. Well, isn't this the CLI? Does it also include, I suppose it includes the SDK as well, right? Is that what it's saying? Let's see here. LS node modules. Well, the good news is it's there now, so we should be able to run it. Node test. Okay, perfect. Okay, we got something extra here. Let's see. Warning, module type, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's not specified as common.js. That's easy. Here, we can fix that. No problem. Package. All right, here we go. We're fixing things. We're making it good. Okay. Now we won't see that error anymore. So what we should see here is a console log with some sort of response back from Claude saying that our script worked. Here we go. Let's make sure we've got, okay. What by test, here we go. All right, so this is the code we're running. Very simple. It's just hello, how are you? And it should print out a result. And it certainly is taking a long time. So we just used the Cloud Code TypeScript SDK. This is the very beginning. All we have to do is write this simple amount of code here that you see here on the screen. And you will essentially have given yourself the ability to create and orchestrate a multi-agent workflow. A very simple multi-agent workflow. But we can go further than that because what we need to do is define several roles. We're going to have like a software engineer, an architect, maybe an SRE or a someone who's testing, a UX agent, right? We want a product manager agent. And even cooler, didn't know you could do this, we can also have a customer role. So that way we can have the customer come in and try to use the product and then provide feedback. Plus, what we want to do is make the ultimate system that we were dreaming of yesterday. The ultimate system that we were dreaming of yesterday, you're asking, what is that? We want a system that's long running with multiple agents, and it keeps track of everything that it does, everything it's planning to do, and all of the things that it accomplished in files. But I want it to go a step further and send a message over PubNub to track that in a UI, so we have a pretty UI to see where everything's going. Because right now, you just saw that we ran the code, and it took a while for it to give us data, and I don't want to have to sit there and just watch my terminal window. So that's the goal. That's what we're going to do. So before we do that, before we get that going, I want to just double check to see if there's anything else that we need to be aware of here and see if there's anything interesting. I see some fallback model. I think, okay, if it fails, here's a backup option. Thinking tokens. Okay, we don't need, everything default is undefined, so I guess it's unlimited, or I guess the maximum number. If we really wanted to limit it, then we can add an MCP server. That's cool. Path to Cloud Code execution. Path to the Cloud Code executable that ships with. Interesting. I don't know what this. I don't understand. Jambuster, another project. Yeah, this is. I'm actually really excited. So we're gonna build it. That's the plan. And we're not gonna end the stream until we did it. until we've accomplished the goal. And I think we can do it because we've got AI at our fingertips. All right, so we got permissions, resume, strict MPC config, enforce strict MC configuration validation. Okay, so we can add an MCP server. What I want is like a tool. I want to know if we can do tools, like more tools. Can use tool. Like I want disallowed tools. Okay, allowed tools, custom tools via MCP. I want to be able to define a custom tool inside of JavaScript and have it be able, the model to be able to call those tools. But I don't know if it's going to let me do it because it says I'm only seeing MCP. Oh, wait. Here we go. Hey, Lorax, it's good to see you. Lorax, hey, we're doing it. We're building multi-agent workflow using Cloud Code's TypeScript SDK. It's kind of exciting. And this is the thing I was looking for just now. I want to be able to implement custom tools. It says using MCP. But it looks like we could, oh, interesting. Okay. So if we want to, I got it. It's forcing me to build an MCP separate for tool use. I don't want to do that. Let's see if I can, if there's a different way to do it. Allowed tools. It does not seem so. Okay. It appears that we have to define an MCP in order to use custom tools, which is okay. It's fine. That's fine for now because we can always do that later. They give you pretty good instructions on how to do that. Like, so here's what they recommend you can build. Before we get started with our build, I'm just kind of curious about a couple of things. So here's some examples, agent integration examples. So here, check this out. This is kind of neat. What they're doing is showing an example of replacing a role, replacing a human's role. Not completely, but just part of their job. Just taking a little bit. They're just taking a little bit away from a human job. Check this out. An SRE, a site reliability engineer. That's what SRE stands for, site reliability engineer. An incident response agent. So an SRE will sort of do a lot of things. They monitor, they establish tooling, they provide infrastructure. There's just a lot that goes on there. This is just a small part of that. So this is a role that's going to be watching. In this case, it looks like monitoring tools. Then probably things like graphs and dashboards and things like that. Oh, see, like Datadog, they have read-only permissions. So some SREs have the ability to like execute commands to, maybe this needs to happen over here. Maybe you need to do an upgrade over there. There's a lot of things an SRE does, but this is just, for example, what else do they have? An automated security review. Okay, so this is a common task when you commit code to a repository and you open a PR, a pull request, you will have multiple tasks for reviewing that code. And one of those things is security review. So it's kind of neat. There's an audit. Interesting. Get PR diff. Interesting. So it's executing. Neat. Oh, cool. So it's got it. Get PR. So it's getting all the changes. So it gets the diff of the PR. That is kind of cool. We're kind of seeing what's possible here, aren't we? So there's a lot of possibilities here. And then it passes that information, the PR diff, and it says, you are a security engineer. Review this PR for vulnerabilities, insecure patterns, and compliance issues. That's pretty satisfying. I like that. Okay, so that was another one. A multi-turn legal assistant. Interesting. So now we're going outside start legal review session. So this is pretty sweet. So start a legal review session. Max turn is 1. You could add more, I suppose. And then they have multiple steps. Oh, cool. Okay, I see what they're doing here. So here's how you orchestrate the agent. Do you see what they're doing here? Do you see how it's working? They're orchestrating the agent here. So there's a legal review function, and inside of it is an orchestrated flow. So they have multiple steps. Review the contract, check for compliance, and generate a summary. And those are 3 distinct steps. And they pass each of those steps into the query. See the step right here? The prompt is going to be the step. So they're going to see each of those. And so they put that into a for loop, and then they just print out the result. But would be even more interesting is if you have like in legal review, there's typically like a questionnaire, which is a bunch of questions or things that need to be validated and checked, like a checklist for every contract that comes through the door. What you can do is, here's how you start a business for a legal business. You have the AI and import the PDF. You grab all the text from it, and then you have the checklist from your customer of things that you need to validate that are in the contract, and things that the model can extract for you, which is where tool extraction. That's what I really wanted, was tool use. So that way with tool use, you can have the model respond to you using a JSON format with an enum and a couple other things, like say, what is the dollar amount, right? For this contract, you can have the AI automatically scan the document for you, extract the dollar amount, extract like the terms, how many months does the contract go for? And now you can extract all these details using multiple steps and multiple phases. Isn't that cool? Isn't that powerful? So now you can automate all of these workflows. And not only would you be able to extract that data, but you can also have the model give you information about where it extracted that data, because that could be one of the fields in the tools. In the tool, you specify what fields you want the model to respond with. And now and then you can also give it a reason, like it'll provide a reason for why it extracted the data where it did. So there's just a lot of stuff you can do. And that's why I really wanted tool use, but I'm only seeing it through MCP, which I wonder, it's just so much nicer if we could have tool use directly within the SDK. And so maybe we do. So we'll have to look at that. We'll have to look to see if there's an opportunity for that. But it only mentioned in MCP. So I think we have all the information we want. I want to read the code. I'm going to go over here. And there's a TypeScript SDK folder, potentially. Do you think? Where do they hold the SDKs at? Scripts, maybe? Probably not in scripts. They probably don't have it here. Nope. Not in that directory. Here we go. Examples, not examples, VS Code get. No, see, this isn't where. That's very interesting. So where's the SDK code? Like, where is the TypeScript SDK code? How about we look for abort controller? Because we know that is like a keyword. Okay, see what other kind of keywords we have here. How do we get it? Prompt terms, abort controller, system prompt, allowed tools. I don't think I'm going to find what I want here. I don't think we're going to find it. I'm pretty sure we're not going to find it. Oh, well, nope, that's just in the changelog. Yeah, see, I wanted it. I want more. I'm trying to dive deeper. I'm trying to extract all the possibilities that are available to us through this TypeScript SDK. And I suppose we just have to be stuck with MCP for now, which is no big deal. Okay. So let's do it. We're on to phase 2 now. In phase 2, we're going to take this information that we just learned on how to use the TypeScript SDK for Cloud Code. We're going to have Cloud Code create for us a script, a Node.js script that can perform a task for us and leverage multiple sub-agents. And here's the cool thing. Instead of having Claude, because with Cloud Code sub-agents that we saw in yesterday's stream, you can have Cloud Code call upon those sub-agents if it feels like it. Like it has to want to do it well enough. And you have a little bit of control. You have suggestions that you can provide to it. Say, would you please use the sub-agent? And it probably will, but it might not. In this case, when we're using Cloud Code directly with the SDK, we can force it to every single time. And so now we can define a loop of a workflow. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a workflow loop and for our software development project. Okay. A new JavaScript file that can use the Cloud Code TypeScript SDK to download. One second. Hey, Milan John. Hey, how's it going? Hey, yo, hello, bro. We're doing the thing that we promised we were going to do yesterday, and we're not going to end stream until it's done this time. We're creating a multi-agent workflow, but instead of just using Cloud Code sub-agents, we're going to use the SDK, the TypeScript SDK. And this gives us more control over that workflow. So we're going to ask it to create a program for us that does this. So we don't even have to write it for it. Isn't this cool? We're going to use the system, the automatic system, the AI system, to create a subset dedicated system that uses AI to write code for us. Isn't that cool? I love it. That's the spirit, bro. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, Milan John. All right, here we go. So we are keep going. That's the plan. We're gonna make it. We're gonna do it. Which uses a defined list of subagents, including the following list: software engineer, architect, product manager, UX designer, security reviewer, code quality reviewer, and the customer who will review the work and provide feedback. All right, there we go. There we go. And we want to go a little bit further than that, don't we? We want to do a little bit more. I'm actually kind of excited about this. We want to, how do we want to do this? Okay, so here we go. We need to do a few more things. So we want to keep track of its work, right? So let's do that. Keep track of your work for each of the subagents, and put a to-do list in. Let me select todo.md or something. Yeah, MD list that keeps track of tasks, right? So we want to keep track of our tasks. And then we need a separate list to-do underscore complete.md, which keeps track of all the things that we completed. Excellent. Okay. So this is, do we have everything? Do we have everything that we need here? I'm almost certain that we do, because this will just be the first phase, and then I'll add on to it here in a second, because this is using not Cloud Code. It's not Cloud Code. It's Claude Code SDK. TypeScript SDK, which uses a defined list of subagents. Use Git for the steps. Need the UX designer is two separate agents, but it needs to be one agent. Let's see here. Let's bring that up here. I have to. Oh wait, here we go. UX designer. Perfect. All right, we did it. UX designer, security. We want to say security reviewer, and then code quality reviewer. Yep, here we go as well. And the customer who will review the work and provide feedback. Excellent. Okay, so I think we have it. It will keep track of its stuff in to do, and then it will keep track in the complete file. It will commit all the changes. And then, so we want it to say the script file will accept a single prompt that will define the goal of the tasks of the sub-agents. So basically, tasks of the sub-agents. So basically, that means that we have, okay, and then we want to make sure that they all loop. We want to loop through each of them, and they all get a turn, right? Make sure each agent gets a turn, and loop each. We want to loop over them like maybe 5 times or something like that, and loop 5 times total. So each agent gets 1 turn. We want to make sure they each get 5 turns total. Each have 5 turns total. Okay, perfect. I think that's it. I think we got it. This should be it. So this should define a quick JavaScript file. Let's just get going. Let's not go press enter. Let's just go. We can make changes along the way. What this will do, okay, so help grade JavaScript Cloud use TypeScript SDK, multiple subagents. Let me start by reading the documentation. Excellent. So it's going to read the documentation, and then it will figure out how to create the code and then fulfill our goal, which is to create a script, a single JavaScript file that will leverage multiple subagents, and they will fulfill a goal, which is the input on a command line arg. It'll be the input, for basically the prompt. So we'll say build XYZ app, for example. And it will use all those roles. And here's the cool part. The part that I thought was really kind of exciting, because I was thinking about this morning about what we're even going to do, is to add in another sub agent called the customer sub agent, and the customer will actually use the product and provide feedback. Isn't that cool? I thought that was a really cool idea, because that's actually one of the most critical steps when designing a product. Is you have to have people use your product, which gives you the opportunity to make improvements, right? So here we go. Let's see here. Yes, let's see what it came up with really quick. I'm just kind of curious. Here we go. Hey, oh, Delta, how's it going? Or Lambda, hey, Lambda, how's it going? Good to see you. We're doing a thing right now. We're making a multi-agent script. So, Citrus, hey, your name is cool. Citrus and Lambda.
Claude is awaiting user input.
Here we go. We're making a multi-agent system, and it will... Jambuster, hey, how's it going? What is the use of Git on this code? Because I don't know. So Jambuster will be using Git. So the AI model that we're running will, every time it makes a change to the files, it will automatically commit. So it keeps track for us, like a historical track of all the changes it made. It's really good. I'm actually really excited about this. So this should be really powerful. We'll see how it goes. And then we've got multiple agents. Here we go. Okay, let's check this out. Node multi-agent, create a simple user authentication system. Oh, wait. Before we click yes. Oh, Rakshinth G, is it using any agentic AI framework? Yes, it is. So we are using...
Claude is awaiting user input.
I mean, it's a lightweight version of this. It's not using like a full-fledged, workflow framework, but we are using TypeScript SDK in this case. So I kind of like this better, because check this out. It's so much easier to use. You only need to know one thing. Look, here we go. So you see here in the right here on this section of the screen up here, that's it. That's like the main thing. You don't need to know anything else. All you have to do is issue a prompt, right? So right here, this line that you see here on the screen, this is like the critical part. It's all you're using. It's just the query function, right? And so it's super easy. That's all I want. And then what I can do is I can orchestrate all these flows, have the models call some tools if needed, and I can do all that within code. And then guess what? I don't have to click on a UI or manage any of the other code. I just have Claude write everything for me, which is what we just did. So let's open it up. Okay, so instead, let's see here. We've got multi-agent system to juice complete Citrus, because we need to finish this multi-agent thing because it's really cool. But Citrus, let's do that really quick. So I'm going to hide the screen so you guys can't see anything, and then I'm going to just double check. All right, so you guys can't see. You can't see, but I'm going to go look up my code really quick. It was called arbitrage and dollar cost, because I also did dollar cost averaging, so I did 2 in 1. Chat will take time to reach him. Yeah, it takes time to reach me, so I'm also a little bit behind on the chat. Jambuster says, what about using the multi-frame sub-agents? The AI agents in separate storage and connect all those parts in one, like LLM architecture. It takes some time or a month, but it will be fun. Yeah, Jambuster, that's the plan. That's like the ultimate goal. We're starting small. We got to take like little mini steps. We're going to little mini steps. So we want to create a little mini sub-agent program that can have the agents work with each other, and then we learn how it works, and then we can build it bigger. Jambuster, that'll be the plan. It's going to hide the screen really quick, so that way I'm going to look at the arbitrage. And then what we have a goal today. We have a plan. We actually have a plan. I'm just going to double check that there's nothing crazy going on here. Okay. I'm just looking through it. Okay. I think we're good. I'll open source this to you guys if you want it, but I tell you, you don't want this because it's the kind of stress that you don't want. Okay, it looks good to me. I don't see any secrets in here. Let me double check to see that there's. I don't want to expose like an API key or anything. Key. Let me see if there's a key here. API. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Yep. Just reading through it real quick. Reading through it. Okay. Yep. Okay. 1 second. Just looking. I'll tell you what. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay. Let me read the chat really quick. I find it funny he's using ChatGPT AI to fake a video live stream about Claude competing AI. Basically, it's really simple. It's actually pretty straightforward. All right. So let's jump back to our original goal. Jam Buster. Yeah. What we want to do here is we're going to create an AI agent, multi-agent script that can run through a bunch of agents, and we actually already did it. So let's before we end stream, because this is the goal for the stream today, we want to be able to make sure that this works because this is like the next step. We're going to create a multi-agent script. All right, here we go. Let's make sure. All right, so I just opened it up. I'm just kind of curious. Let's look at see what it did here. So it's created multiple agents. Admin, agents. So it followed our instructions. So we wanted it to create a multi-agent. So it created an array of agents. So we've got a software engineer, we've got an architect, we've got a product manager. Let's keep going here. Let's see what else we got. We got a UX designer, a security reviewer, code quality reviewer, a customer. Now the customer one I'm really excited for. So a multi-agent system, to-do file, complete file, current tasks, completed tasks, Git repo. Is Git repo. What is this? Is Git repo. Okay. Oh, sweet. Look, it did it. You guys, look, it did it right here. Isn't that amazing? Okay. So, we didn't even need to run Git init. It does it for us. This AI is just so satisfying, isn't it? Oh, I'm just reading through the code here really quick that was just generated. Load task. Okay. So we've got, exit sync. Okay. Exit syncs, completed tasks. Looking good. Parse tasks. All right, lines. Okay, so this will open up one of the MD files, and then it's going to be able to push a task to it. Okay, cool. All right, complete tasks, save tasks. Perfect. Okay, so what I want to make sure is that the tasks are being saved every time, and it commits to Git. So it looks like it does everything I want it to do. Let's have Claude run the command and try it out. Are we ready? Here we go. We're going to do it. We're going to run the multi-agent system. Are you guys ready? Before we do that, though, I want to tail the files. So we can see what's going on. All right, so we've got tail-f, to do, star. Are you guys ready? So we're going to tail the files. Here, as you can see, so now we're going to run the command. We're going to have Claude run the code for us. We're not even going to run it ourselves. We're going to have the AI run it, and we're going to tail this file, and we're going to see how things go. Here we go. We're going to press enter. Are you guys ready? We're going to press enter, and it's going to run, and then I'm going to read chat. Okay, now we're going to read chat. There it goes. It's running, guys. We did it. Hooray. Milan. The Cloud Code is still working. It's doing some things. It looks like it found a problem and it's making some changes. Here. All right.
Claude is awaiting user input.
Okay. Claude is asking us for something real quick. Let's make sure Claude can do it. Here it says, timeout 30 seconds, multi-agent built. Okay. Test. All right. We'll just have it run and see what it does. This part's really great. So it's created for us exactly what we asked it. We asked it to create a script that can then perform a task that runs the code through sub-agents. And every time, so I was hoping to see some updates here on the screen, like because we're doing a tail-f, but it's not doing it right now. It's not tail-fing. I'm not seeing any changes. Maybe it needs to be a capital F. Let's see. Let's try again. So sometimes, see, capital F. Here we go. All right. Yeah, there's still nothing in there. Okay. Here we go, guys. It's happening. It's real. It's actually working. Okay, let's double check here. I'm going to click on some buttons off screen. Clicking on some buttons off screen here really quick. Okay, here we go. What is it doing? I'm actually kind of curious. So Git status, Git log. Did it make any changes yet? It did. Look, check this out, guys. It made its own. Now we should be able to run this command. Node multi-agent system, your goal or task. What should we have it do? Hey, chat, what should we have it do? Ask, what should we have it build? We should have it build something. It shouldn't be too grand. It should be able to be completed because the goal for this stream is to make sure that the multi-agent system works. And I do want to see the to-do list here up on this side of the screen. It needs to show progress. I want to see progress. So chat, what do we think we should do? What should we build? I'm coming up with a couple ideas. Maybe like a mini game, maybe a game of some sort. I think that would actually be kind of fun, like some sort of game. Let's do that. Here we go. Let me pull over here. Okay, so let's highlight on our screen. We're gonna copy this. Here we go. And then we're gonna paste it here, and then we're gonna type in our prompt. What's our prompt gonna be? Build a game that, what's the game? And the game is, we want it to be simple, but we also want it to be interactive. That is interactive, active, and sound. And we want to make sure there's sound. And then maybe it's a word game. A word game like, what is that, Wordle? Like a Wordle game? Or where you guess the word? Wordle, I think. Right? I think it's called Wordle. Where you guess the letters of a word. Okay. Here we go. We're seeing the output. Here it goes. Multi-agent system started. It's going to build it for us. So the software engineer. Maybe we probably shouldn't started with the software engineer. We see the problem initially. We see one of the main problems. We probably should start with the product manager, right? That's probably someone who we should be starting with. We should start with the product manager. But let's see how it goes. We'll just let it run. It's already running. It's off to the races. So there it goes. It's running. Okay. No response received for, really? No response. There might be a problem with, it doesn't seem to be working, right? This does not look like it's working. I think we have a problem. This looks like a problem, doesn't it? Sometimes it gets stuck. Yep. No response received. Is there like a timer? Is there like a timer in that code? Let's find out. Let's see. Let's read the code real quick. Let's see if there's like a set timeout or something, because there might be a timeout in the code. I think we need to double check if there's a timer, because it seems to be ending too soon. So it's called multi-agent. Let's look for word timeout. Timeout. Yeah. Okay. Oh, agent response. Okay. So it's never gonna work with this. It's never gonna work, right? Await new promise resolve. Is there await this response? Loop context, agent name, input. Let's double check this. It's called input. No. Interesting. So it's not quite there. It's not quite working. It is not working. But it looks like it should be working. So it's just not, it's giving it turns, but it's not, it seems to be quitting at some point. And it says 1000, but we're definitely, it's not, I don't think this is it. I think this is just a delay. All this says is just wait 1 second in between each of the loops. That's all it's saying. So there's not a problem there. Okay, so run query, agent prompt. And where's our prompt? Okay, context prompt. This agent, okay. Okay, here's the full prompt, okay. And then it uses the SDK, max terms 1, system prompt agent. Yep, looks good. And then it has the response. Let me double check here. All right, so here's the response. Here we go. Obwasend. As each is waiting for the procedure, we don't need to parallelize. Right. We don't want to parallelize because we want them to all work like in sequence. Yeah, we want them to each be in a sequence because we want them to work off each other's progress. So you actually bring a good point. We could, in the future, have some of these AIs that go off and do tasks in parallel and come back. That could be something that we do. They jump off and come back later in reality. In this case, in our current example, we just wanted to do it in a sequence. Not Owen. No new commits or, oh, thank you. Yeah, let's check the commits. Let's do that real quick because maybe we're just getting no response from code quality review. All right, let's check that really quick. Let's pop up here. All right. Get log. Here we go. Pop it up. Do we see anything? Nope, just the first commit. We only have the first commit in here. And that's just the beginning. So no new commits and no to-dos or anything completed. And we're getting no response. I guess this is, we're coding it live. So, We have to close that because it's not doing anything. All right, so we need to ask the AI to see what's going on. It's here. What we're going to do is we're going to paste the response. It says we'll give it to the AI and see here. Here we go. There we go. And then we'll paste that in, and then we'll say, looks, I see the issue. The Cloud Code SDK query isn't working properly. Let me fix it. And often it will say these kinds of things. And it's like, oh, I found the problem. Let me go fix it. And it still doesn't fix it, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out if it actually works this time. Let me create a working version that simulates multi-agent system with a predefined expert responses. Okay. While we're doing this, we should probably update the order in which the each sub-agent is run. It should probably go product manager role, and then architect, and then engineer, and then the reviewers. It got some of them right, but it doesn't look like it got all of them right. And then the customer at the very end. So like, see, it's doing this backwards. So it needs to be product manager, architect, and then software engineer. That's what we need the order to be. We need to change the order. So we'll do that as well. When it's done fixing the code, then we'll jump in and we'll make that order change. We'll make that order change better. So here we go. Let's pop open that. And then we'll get a new terminal window going here. So that way we can see all things running at once, all at the same time. Here we go. By multi-agent. Okay. I think it's running in order. Okay, so it is. So we can literally just reorder these things here to be in the right order. Oh, and then UX designer should go up higher as well, right? So we'll do that as well. Security reviewer, code quality, and then the customer is at the very end. But then we should have the product manager come back. Oh, well, actually, the product manager will be at the beginning. So it just loops. Because when the product manager takes the customer feedback, and then we're good. Right? Isn't that right? That's the way it works. Okay, so we're almost there. We just need Cloud Code to fix it, and then we can jump in, update the order, and then let's see if it actually works. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. Everything's looking good. We just need to wait for the AI now. That's all we're doing at this point. We're waiting for the AI. And then what are some other things that we can do? Okay. So now that we've created sort of our own workflow here, some of the things that we can do are kind of, what can we automate? So it is very specific, isn't it? I can see why so here's the deal. All these AI models are very good. They're powerful, and they're able to be capable of doing amazing things. But the challenge is we need to learn how to better use them. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're using the Cloud Code TypeScript SDK, and we're creating multi-agent system that will improve how we leverage the models. Isn't that a word game builder? Okay. Let's see what's doing. Let's take a look and see what it's doing here. Is it? Yep. Okay. So it is running. Oh, wait. Oh, what is going on here? I think this is weird. No, this is not what we want. I don't think this is correct. Multi-agent game build. Oh, this is the test. Okay, so it wrote a test for us. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay. Complete task, save tasks. Excellent. Okay, I see. And then it runs through each of the tasks. And then it runs the loop on the agent. Okay. So it's trying to simulate, it's simulating for us the experience. That makes a lot of sense. Excellent. All right. So just to let everyone know that we do have to end stream in a bit. Though we don't want to stop yet until we get it, we fix this. I want to see it working. I want to be able to submit a prompt using our multi-agent loop system to build anything, and then we win. And then we win. And that's the objective. So that's the goal. I'm pretty excited about it because I think this could be really powerful. But now we're just sitting here waiting for the AI to build it for us. So implement the actual world-like game based on the agent recommendation. Let's see what's going on. I'm just kind of curious. Okay. There's a README file? What did it put in the README file? I'm actually kind of curious to see this. JavaScript application, 7 specialized agents, tasks, tracking, Git integration, 5-round system, Node.js, Cloud Code SDK. Dependencies are already installed. Or let's see here. Set wrap. so we can read everything. If needed, npm install. Run the multi-agent system with a specific goal. Okay, this is what we want. This is exactly what we want. Give us some examples. Create a user system authentication system, design a mobile app for task management, optimize the performance of our web application. Nice. This is it. This is what we were looking for. I kind of like it. I'm actually kind of happy. Okay, so it says it's ready. Is it actually ready though? Let's see. Okay, so it built the game for us, which is what I didn't want actual Claude to build the game. I wanted it to build a multi-agent system that I can use to build anything. We forgot to change the thing. One second. We forgot to change the thing. We got to change the thing. Let's see here. All right. We need to change the order. So I want the order to be product manager, and then architect, and then software engineer. And well, actually, no, UI designer should come up here. There we go. Product manager, UI designer, architect, software engineer, security reviewer, code quality reviewer, and then the customer. There we go. Okay. Let's run it again. Okay, product manager. All right, let's make sure this is working. All right, so let's split our screen to the, here we go, to-dos. Okay. All right. Is it going to do anything? I don't know. Okay, so here's the plan. I do have to go, but we did make some progress. So I will count that as a kind of a win. But what I want to do is, see, it still says no response. It's not working. All right, so what do we have to do here? What do we have to do? I need to see where that code is. Let's see, no response received from. And then let's go back to our let's see, this is git. And we'll go over here. This is run. And this is vim. Vim, here we go. Vi multi-agent / no response received. Okay. Why are we not receiving responses? It should come back for await constant message of, and then it says if message type result, break, else if. Okay. How long you have been using Vim? Since about 2004, maybe since 2004. I think so. So that means like 20 years, which is a lot. That's a lot of years. Good question though, Rakash. So let's see here. We almost have it. No response received. So we can go ahead and stop it because it's not doing anything. We're seeing just too many no responses. Let's see what I want to do. Let's just do a console log here. Console log. And then we'll say message. Here we go. All right. Wow. Oh, interesting. So what we need to do is specify more than one turn, I think, is the answer. Because it's giving it, because this is just a system. Okay. Let's end that. So we need to go back here. And then we need to say max turns. Let's just say 10. Well, actually, we need, I think, let's just start with 10 and see what happens. So what happened was, here's what I think what happened. Was the reason why it wasn't working was that the prompt when we submit it to Claude's API came back with a sort of, a list of next steps. Like here's the instructions and here's the possibilities. What are we going to do next? I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what the problem was. And so by giving it more turns, it's going to be able to move forward. Here we go. Sweet. Actually, I think that was it. I think that was it. Because see, look, it's actually giving actual responses. Here's the message. Type message. Sweet. Okay. Here, let's get our to-do list up. Is it okay? It's not making any changes yet. 10 might not be enough. 10 just might not be enough. Let's see here. Because it looks like it's needing to do more work than I'm providing it. So see, yep, message content object. So it's actually getting data back. So it is doing work. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm taking a look here. Look. It worked. Okay. New task identified. Create detailed user personas and journey map. Design onboarding flow. Oh, we did it, you guys. Okay. Is it good? I'm just really curious. So what I really also want is I want to be able to see, so it's work. 10 should be good. Okay. Yeah. Quantified quantum. What you trying to do? Okay. So quantified quantum, if you're just joining, we started the stream by, getting to know Cloud Code TypeScript. We want to create a multi-agent workflow that defines several sub-agents to work together to build and achieve a goal. And we give each of the agents a chance and a turn to complete their tasks. And then every time the agent completes, that sub-agent, they record their changes and they update Git, and they make any Git changes, so they wrote data. Loop until the customer is happy. Yeah, basically. Yep. Not Owen. Yeah, you got it. I mean, basically, that's what we should be doing. I think that's the ultimate goal. Since we're just trying to hack it and get it to work really quick, because jump back. So that's what we're doing. Let's see here. So I do see 10. We might need more than 10, but let's check our to-dos. I'm not seeing anything show up in the to-dos here. It's still not, but that's fine. It might not be, that's okay. That's actually okay. But let's check to see. Let's see what's going on. Just kind of scroll back up here to see what happened. What is happening? Waz444. What is he doing? Anyone can tell? Waz444, good question. We are currently building a multi-agent system using Cloud Code SDK. And then Raka Shifts, yes. Is the model agnostic or are you vendor locked to Claude? Well, we're using Cloud Code's SDK, though we could easily pull in OpenAI as well and Gemini and then use them all together in the same script. And we could totally do that. And we can even benchmark them against each other. That could be something that we can do. So we can have a multi-agent system that uses multiple models. Isn't that cool? It's really powerful. There's a lot we can do there. So we still have a no response received from, in this case. So what we need to do is, I think we still need to bump up the number of turns, because this will complete on its own. Like the max turns isn't something necessarily related to our restrictions. It's basically how long the model is. Like, I guess it's like thinking turns. So what I can do is I can just comment that out. And then, oh, that's cool. Yeah, WAS44 or 444. Yeah, you're right. I think it's really cool. I'm actually really excited. I think this will be really powerful because what we can do is we can automate all sorts of business workflows. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you start a business. This is why doing things like crypto trading and things like that is not worth your time, because what you're seeing on the screen right here is far more valuable. This is by far more valuable. You can take these AI systems and have them perform human tasks and have them repeat the tasks. And they're so good at it. They are so good. They're also a lower cost. Because as you can see here, they're working and it's also returning how much I'm spending on the screen. I don't know if you noticed, but the dollar amount is showing up here. You can see. It says total cost, that was 10 cents. So for that process, for that session, it cost 10 cents. That's so much cheaper than hiring like a human for the job, right? That's just a lot cheaper. Will you make a website? Yeah. So what we did was we're having it make a game for us, just as for fun. So we've defined several agents here. I'll show you on the screen. You can see. So here's our agents. So we've got multiple agents. We've got a product manager agent. We've got a UX designer. Then we've got the architect, who is a system architect that defines like the overall architecture of the project. Then we've got the software engineer who implements the project. And then we've got security code quality reviewer. And check it out. This is the one I think I thought of this morning and I thought was really cool. We also add a customer sub-agent who uses the app and provides feedback, which loops back up all the way to the top for the product manager. Isn't that cool? I thought that was cool. I thought that was a pretty neat idea to add in that role. But we'll see how it goes. It seems to be working. It seems to be working really well. So, no security. Yep, that's actually fine that we get no response from the security reviewer because they don't have a lot to do. I mean, that was just a stand-in, really, right? It was just a stand-in. Turbulence. Wait, you're replacing humans with this? Yeah, that's the idea. Like, because there's a lot of tasks that are tedious, that are repetitive, that we can have the AI do for us, and it will do a really good job. It'll do it tirelessly, and we can totally define how we want it, the specs, and it can do it in a repeating fashion. So that's what we're doing. Holy, that's a solid workflow. I think so too. Kyrell Sean, how does it work? So we have a script here that's using the Cloud Code SDK to create sub-agents. We've defined our sub-agents up here, and we've got a very simple, a very straightforward workflow, like a super straightforward workflow here. This workflow just loops through, and it gives everyone a turn, every of the sub-agents, and then all the agents before it, if they have any feedback in the flow, they'll pass it on to the next agent, if necessary. So this is our list of agents, and then it'll just loop through this for up to 5 times, and then it's supposed to create for us. But I saw some execs in here, so it'll commit tasks for us as well once the tasks are there. But it's very interesting. I haven't seen any save tasks execute yet, so that is one thing that's missing, which we probably don't have time to fix today. I'll probably have to come back and do it later. But you can see here on the screen, see up there, it says new task identified. And it's starting off. It completed a task. It completed a loop. Current active task 0. So there are a few challenges with this workflow. But if we fix it and we get it to work, then I suggest something mixing AI can do better work with IG like Gemini or ChatGPT or AI that there is. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different options. So I would actually like to build a multi-agent system better with GPT-5 because it has tool calling that's built in that allows me to better purpose assign sub-agents to give me exactly what I'm looking for. So one of the challenges right now that we're using Cloud Code, which is okay because it can write code and perform like a task to write files for us and build software, which is really neat. And then it integrates with GitHub. You have it integrated with GitHub Actions. You could even do GitHub Actions. Yep. So you can use GitHub CI or a build system, and then you can build binaries and release it and deploy it to the App Store. There's just a whole bunch of fun things you can do to automate this entire workflow. So it was kind of exciting. I thought this was a really good experiment. It's doing almost everything I want, but let's check really quick. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, see, it's not using my to-do files. I wanted it to keep track of information in the to-do files, but it's not doing that, which is fine. It's no big deal. I feel like it's okay. Let's see if there's anything here. Did it? And it has not. And so it's looping, it's running, it's iterating, but it's not actually performing the tasks that I want it to do. So I'm closing it for now. Okay. Quantified quantum. Oh, by the way, do you have a hallucination eliminator subagent? That's actually a good idea. So we can add another subagent, quantified quantum. That's a really good idea. Add another subagent that eliminates hallucinations. That's a good one. So it can check for different, basically, it's a quality check stage. That would be really cool. WAS44. Oh, it's cool. Keep going. You can make it. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll give it one more chance. We'll go back into Cloud Code and we'll have it try to make some adjustments. And I think I know what to do. And then I do have to go because time's getting away. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Tyrell, you say you can run Claude modules and OpenAI modules all within the one interface. Yeah, you totally can. You can bring Gemini in too if you wanted. So you can do all of those things. And I like OpenAI's tool calling better. I think it does a better job because you can get exactly what you want a little bit more because this is more organic. So we'll see here. Let's see here. Let's get back to our Cloud Code terminal, and we're going to leave that and start a new session. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Quantum quantified and WAS 444. We're going to make sure that we try this one more time. We're going to give it one more chance, and we're going to have it modify this multi-agent system here. There we go. Okay, so update multi-agent. We want it to, it's not using the to-do files correctly. Each agent should have a final output each stage, and save its progress in to do if there are tasks identified. Then we should have a to do underscore complete.md, and the completed tasks will be marked there. This okay, I think that's it. I think that's almost it. We need a little bit more to it. We're not done yet. We need more in this prompt. We need to say, oh, okay. Also add a log.md file that shows the final output after each sub-agent task to show what it was thinking. Make sure append only on the .md files. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's do that. All right, Claude just came back. We need to say yes, allowed, go. What is it doing? Okay, so it found some additions here, but we did one last iteration on our sub-agent script. So we're going to try it one last time. Here we go. Boom, we got it started. It's starting with the product manager. We're going to have it build a game that's interactive with sound, and it's like requires clicky buttons. Let's see if it works. What I want to see at least is, we'll give it a couple minutes, and then I have to go. I have to go do some work here. But we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll see how it works. It would be great to see if up there we saw the to-do list actually being populated. I would love to see that if the files actually get populated, because that's like the one thing that was missing. But if not, then we'll have to try again next time. I think that's the plan. So we'll give it a couple minutes here. We'll see how it goes. Just a couple minutes. But while we're waiting for that, okay. So here we go. What is this? Final output: architecture, system design, MVC. Okay, performance framework, tech stack.